Hey guys, I hope all is well. Thank you for joining me for this Truth Talk episode. In today's episode, we will be talking about Lil Mabu's new music video, Teach Me How to Drill. Let's get right into it. Over the last 10 years, drill music has grown from just a Chicago hype to a full-on emerging hip-hop subgenre. Nowadays, drill music has turned into one of the most popular styles of hip-hop coming out of the streets. A genre that was popularized in Chicago by the rapper Chief Keef back in the 2010s has managed to spread its influence to just about every state in America. It's no longer just considered Chicago drill. Now, it's drill music and it's only getting bigger and more dangerous. Drill music seems to be the evolution of gangster rap. The gangster rap genre saw its rise back in the 1980s after the rap group NWA popularized it by dropping massive gangster records. Their songs heavily focus on life in a dramatized version of the ghetto. You would often hear NWA rapping about being gangsters and about how they were willing to take out anyone who messed with them. You would often hear them rapping about living a criminal life, dealing substances, and robbing vulnerable people. The gangster rap themes that NWA used in their songs became a staple for just about every rap song thereafter. Even rappers that weren't gangsters started making music about being a gangster because it was what the labels wanted. Over the years, gangster rap evolved into just rap, as all rappers started to claim they were gangsters in their songs. Rappers like 50 Cent took gangster rap to the highest of heights, dropping non-stop gangster anthems where he painted himself as an unstoppable gangster that not even 9 shots could stop. While the rappers rapping these gangster rap songs had earned themselves a reputation for their gangster music, most of them were just rapping and not actually living their raps. But drill music would later change all that. For the longest time, this gangster persona was a must-have for anyone trying to make it big in hip-hop, until things started to change. In the mid-late 2010s, hip-hop started going through a momentary transformation with the mumble rap era that birthed rappers like 6ix9ine, Lil Uzi Vert, Playboi Carti, Lil Yachty, and so on, but it wasn't for long, as gangster rap was making a comeback by 2019-2020. In the 2020s, gangster rap made its comeback through the emerging New York drill wave that was starting to pick up steam in the New York boroughs. We also saw other states like Florida develop their own drill music scene as well. During the 2020s, drill music took on a new life, and new drill rappers responding every single day. The labels were having a field day signing these guys as there were so many. The obvious problem with the new drill scene that was emerging in New York City was the real bodies attached to the lyrics of these songs. While the gangster rap of the past was pretty much pretend, with rappers not rapping about any real-life crimes, those who made drill music decided to switch that up, as they would start committing crimes in order to rap about them in their music. Specifically, they were drilling their ops, catching bodies, and then hitting the studio to brag all about the body they caught. This made drill music real and authentic, unlike gangster rappers before them. These drill rappers were really doing what they rapped. These were the kids who grew up listening to gangster rappers and were influenced by their music. They believed the rappers before them and became the characters the gangster rappers were pretending to be. The more popular drill music became, the more bodies would pile up because of it. In 2021 and 2022, it was such a big problem that the mayor of New York City, Mayor Adams, met up with some popular drill rappers in order to come up with a solution for the violence the music was generating.
Mayor Adams met with a group of drill rap artists last night. He's criticized the music genre for contributing to the rising violence in the city.
But CBS 2's Andrea Klein-Thomas explains the mayor and the rappers were able to come to an agreement.
It's been a lot of talk about drill rap, drill music, New York City, connecting violence with the culture.
Late Tuesday evening, drill rappers met with Mayor Eric Adams, who's been critical of their music, saying it's causing a spike in violence. Drill rap came under renewed scrutiny after 18-year-old artist Jaquan McKinley's murder earlier this month, leading Mayor Adams to call for the music's removal from social media.
Violent people who are using drill rapping to post who they and then antagonize the people who they are going to kill is what the problem is.
Sadly, they weren't successful as the violence continued on as drill music only became more popular. By 2023, most drill rappers that had a buzz and signed record deals were either locked up or worse, underground. It is truly sad when you realize these kids were barely 18, with some being as young as 13 when they threw their lives away for music beef. Drill music just ended up being a death trap, as all of those involved in making the music always seemed to pay the same price. Well, only a very few people managed to gain from the destruction of drill music. The record labels, who exploited these young kids in their neighborhoods, signing them to slave deals in order to make big money and push agendas, but also who gained from the destruction of drill was the rapper Lil Mabu. The rapper Lil Mabu is an 18-year-old drill rapper from the suburbs of New York, and beginning in 2021, his career saw a steady rise in the drill music scene. But it wasn't until 2022 that Lil Mabu started to become famous after managing to secure several features from other popular drill rappers like Dusty Locane, D-Thang, and Didi Osama. All of these are known New York drill rappers, and by collaborating with these established artists, it gave him the credibility he needed to make it in the drill scene. Lil Mabu literally came out of nowhere, and in the span of 1 year has managed to build a massive fan base in drill, gaining millions of views on his music videos and streams on his songs. Now, he clearly appears to be one of the rappers that are next up and is becoming the face of drill. The only problem with this is that Lil Mabu is an obvious industry plant created to push a destructive agenda. Lil Mabu is unlike many rappers in hip-hop. He didn't grow up in the hood, nor did he have to struggle growing up. He was never in the street or lived that life. What he actually is a rich kid with a very rich dad who bought his way into the music industry with his daddy's money. Lil Mabu is the real-life character from the movie Malibu Most Wanted. In Malibu Most Wanted, B-Rad, who is the son of a rich senator, pretends to be a gangster rapper from the streets. His senator dad sends B-Rad to the hood to try and scare him straight by seeing what it's really like. This is exactly what Lil Mabu is. Lil Mabu's real name is Matthew Peter DeLuca, and he is the son of multi-millionaire Peter DeLuca, who has a successful funeral service empire. Mabu grew up privileged his entire life. He was raised in his father's multi-million-dollar condo in the Upper East Side of Manhattan, and when he wasn't at that home, he was at his father's Hampton mansion, also worth millions. The entire time Mabu has been rapping up to just recently, he was attending the prestigious collegiate private school in New York City, where he recently graduated from. This private school isn't your average private school, as tuition costs $60,000 a year to attend. It is a pre-Ivy League school that families like the Kennedys and the Vanderbilts attended. Essentially, it is a school for the children of the elite. Somehow, he wants to pretend to be a rapper after attending a school created for the elite. A kid who grew up in luxury and wealth is the last person you would expect to become a drill rapper. Mabu grew up living in condos and mansions, going to elite private schools, but in his downtime, he now wants to pretend to be a gangster drill rapper. Through his music, he promotes violence and destruction to his young impressionable fans when he himself lives far away from all of that. Mabu is the ultimate industry plant, as he created his entire career by using his father's money and connections. The drill music scene is a very dark place. Those a part of it are usually young kids who grew up in the hood and had to do their best to survive. The music they grew up listening to influenced them to hit the streets instead of going to school to escape their situation. The sickest part of all of this is that Peter, Mabu's dad, has made millions of dollars for servicing the dead. He built a whole empire on death. His son is doing the same by making death music, promoting death and destruction from the comfort of his father's multi-million-dollar condo. Lil Mabu's music is essentially helping his father's business, since his music promotes death. When Mabu pretends to be drilling his ops on a song, he is playing a part in influencing the youth to destroy themselves in the street. Drill music wreaked havoc in New York City. So many kids are gone because of it. So it's truly sad when we see this guy enjoying the benefits of it. While all those kids are in jail or worse, Lil Mabu is making millions off their pain and struggles while he uses that money to pay for his college tuition. He was never a part of that culture. He never dealt with the struggles of that culture. He didn't have to bury anyone due to that culture either. But he's the one that's going to benefit from that culture's destruction. He is allowed to make millions mocking those in urban communities, pretending he is one of those kids just so he can exploit a generation. This is all a joke to Lil Mabu, a joke that only he and the labels get to laugh at. Recently, Lil Mabu dropped a new music video alongside a real drill rapper, Fabio Foreign. The video was 5 minutes of Mabu being taught how to catch real drills in the streets by Fabio Foreign. While promoting the music video, he made a TikTok video where he showed himself in what he called a Bronx school. The video is of him sitting in a rundown building with a man shouting out curse words in the back. I went to school in the Bronx, and I actually felt disrespected by this. I'm not gonna say my school was the best, but watching this private school Nepo baby show us what he thinks us poor people went to school like is very disrespectful. This is what he thinks of us. He thinks we're a bunch of dumb kids who didn't even have any type of education. Which honestly makes sense to him when you think about it. He grew up on the opposite side of the world in a mansion attending private schools. His music video shows him going to the Bronx to learn how to drill from a Brooklyn drill rapper. In the video, he repeatedly asked Fabio to teach him how to drill ops. This video literally hides the truth in plain sight. This is what gangster rap did to our previous generations, just like drill music is doing for the upcoming generation, corrupting their minds and teaching them how to destroy their own lives. When these young kids are listening to their favorite drill rappers, it's like they're in school. They are learning how to do just that, drill and destroy their community. This is psychological warfare. Those of us who grew up in these urban communities are the target for this. Fabio, by doing this video, is selling out his own people, allowing a gimmick like Lil Mabu, pretending like the way he is, and using his credibility to do so. That just shows you how quick these artists are willing to sell out for money. The video starts with Lil Mabu sitting in class as Fabio lectures Mabu and others on how to do drills. The rest of the video is Fabio Foreign taking Mabu to the hood, a gimmick Mabu already used up in 3 other videos. There's even a scene where Mabu's dad has a cameo acting as he's a gangster now too, like father like son. His father has been complicit in all of this and in my opinion has to be the one who paid for all of it to be possible. Hip-hop shouldn't have allowed a kid like Lil Mabu to come in the picture and infiltrate the culture just to exploit and mock it. He knows exactly what he is doing, but it's sad that he still managed to get fans from the very hoods he's mocking, as these kids don't even know they're being made fun of. The very real lives lost to this culture were sacrifices for Lil Mabu's success in the genre. Rappers right now are the most influential people in America. All the kids follow these rappers, and this is why Mabu bought features from all of them in order to buy their influence. If he could be seen with rappers who have a reputation in the streets and are loved by those in urban communities, he can be accepted by those artists as fans. This is what Mabu wanted the entire time, to be accepted so he can exploit it. This whole drill rapper thing is just an outfit for Lil Mabu. This is who he really is at heart. When he is not playing Malibu's Most Wanted, he puts on his slacks and his button-up shirt and attends his expensive college with a fully paid tuition. He doesn't rap the songs and risk his life to back up the lyrics. He goes back to his mansion and takes off the costume. I personally have said drill music needs to end. I can't support death music, especially when it's being aimed at people from my community. While drill music seems to be finally dying out, unfortunately, is due to the wrong reason. Everybody's either gone or locked up, which left it open for people like Lil Mabu, culture vultures, to swarm in and enjoy from the death. I wish people would wake up and see exactly what Mabu is doing. 3 years from now, once his music career ends, he would be going to med school, which will be paid off in full with the money he made pretending to be a gangster on his downtime. While many kids will be gone due to a culture he exploited, he would get the benefits of moving on and living a luxurious life. While all the rappers he was copying and people he was rapping to end up in a box or behind bars. We need to wake up and stand against things like this, as this is truly disgusting. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.